Most people don't fail in life because of external distractions. A lot of times we point the finger at this, that, and that on the outside. But most of the time, from my experience with the people I coach and the people I have conversations with, people fail because of these three things. And in this video, I'm going to go over these things to help you move forward faster. The first thing that hinders people or keep people from making the progress that they desire to make is doubt. Doubt destroys more dreams than difficulty. I'm going to say that again. Doubt destroys more dreams than difficulty. Doubt is that inner voice that questions your capability, your worth, your direction until your confidence collapses under the uncertainty of your actions. Doubt is the inner voice that questions your capability, your worth, your direction until your confidence collapses under uncertainty. And doubt simply distorts your identity. It causes you to second guess who you are, and it causes you to second guess the things that have been implanted inside of you. Doubt delays your destiny. Anytime we allow doubt to control our life, it is causing us to it's delaying us from getting to the places and the spaces that have been designed for us. So what does doubt look like? Doubt feels like mental static. It disrupts your clarity. It delays your decisions and slowly convinces you to shrink your vision. Just like when I was younger, the TVs, they used to have static. We had to adjust the antenna in order to get the picture clearly. And that's a lot of times how doubt does our life. It causes us not to be able to see what's inside of here and for us to take action what's inside of here. When doubt is present, it makes us feel like what we're thinking and what we're believing is unreasonable. And it's doubt's job to reduce what we're doing and to keep it out of reach. When doubt settles in, people play small. They choose the safe options and second guess every good idea that they once believed in. And doubt has caused so many people to second guess. It has caused so many people to push things away. And I'm telling you, there are great ideas. There's some great things that has come to you in your past that doubt has caused you to suffer and to suffocate. How do we know that we're experiencing doubt? We know that doubt is active in our lives when we keep researching instead of responding. It keeps us planning instead of progressing, or it keeps us asking for permission instead of moving. Doubt shows up as hesitation, overthinking, or half-hearted execution. It is the mental handbrake that turns possibilities into procrastination. And a lot of times that's the issue. When doubt is running our life, it keeps us pulling that handbrake, just like in our car, that emergency brake. It's going to slow us down until it eventually causes us to stop. Don't allow doubt to cause you to stop and not execute the things that have been coming to you. So the question might be, okay, Candy, you told me about all of this. So how do I eliminate doubt? I have one thing that I want you to try. Whenever you experience doubt, I want you to ask yourself, I want you to do this. Anchor yourself in your evidence. Doubt thrives on our imagination. Doubt thrives on our anxiousness. When we anchor ourselves in evidence, it shows us that our confidence comes from the proof. List and think about the things that you've overcome. Write down the things that you've achieved and write down the individual that you are becoming. And I guarantee you, when you begin to look back over the course of your life, you will see that you have been able to overcome, that you've been able to advance through the adversity, through the things that are in your life. And that is a great way to eliminate doubt. When you eliminate doubt, your confidence catches your calling. When you eliminate doubt, your confidence catches your calling. The second thing that I've noticed whenever I'm having conversation or I'm coaching someone that is keeping people from the inside, that is keeping people from reaching their next level, is distractions. I heard someone say that a focused fool can accomplish more than a distracted genius. What is distractions? Distractions are anything that pulls your attention and your focus away from the priorities that matter and pushes you towards activities that do not produce progress. And a lot of times distractions are going to show up in our life. When distractions come, oftentimes our attentions get averted off of what we need to be focusing on. What distraction does, it simply dilutes your discipline. It makes the discipline that you have and it weakens it to the point where it's not as effective as it was before. Distractions divide your energy. If you're focused on one thing. But when you're distracted, there are other things that are pulling. There's other things that are grabbing for your attention. And where your attention goes, your energy is going to flow. What does distractions look like? This is pretty good for me. Distractions don't always look toxic. Sometimes they look tempting. Whew. Distractions don't always look toxic. Sometimes they look tempting. And the things that we like, some of the distractions that draw our attention, there aren't things that we don't care about. There aren't things that doesn't tickle our fancy. Most of the time, the distractions that get us off kilter are the things that we enjoy. Sometimes it looks like comfort. Sometimes it looks like busy work. It splits your focus and it weakens your follow through. When you are distracted, your energy leaks in too many directions. And that there are things that really matter that get left over instead of the best part of you. There's some things that get left over instead of the best part of you. So when you're not distracted, when you're focused, you're given the best part of you. But when you become distracted, everything else takes priority. And what is left is that what you give to the task. So when we see distraction in our life, you find out a lot of times we check everything and we're focused on everything except what needs to be done. We start tasks, but then we jump to another. We answer every notification, and at the end of the day, we end up tired, but not transformed. It looks like constant movement with no measurable results. Distraction creates activity without advancement. So how do I eliminate this? There's one thing I want you to try if you find yourself distracted. I need you to decide your daily 3. You need to decide your daily 3. What are 3 things that I must get done today? Identify 3 actions that must get done. If everything is important, then nothing is important. If you don't know what to say no to, you don't know what to say yes to. If you say yes to identifying 3 tasks that you need to get done throughout a day, it'll help you to focus and it'll help you to ignore those distractions. When you eliminate distractions, you focus on direction over distractions. The third and final thing that I've noticed in people that I have conversations with and I coach with that keeps them from reaching their next level or progressing. The first one was doubt. The second one was distractions. The third one, and this is one of the ones that I write about in my book, drifting. Drifting is living life with no sense of purpose. When we drift, that means that we are slowly and subtly sliding away from the goals and the values because of a lack of direction, discipline, or intentionality. Drifting slowly disconnects you from your potential and the person that you were born to become. And so many people, they're not reaching their goals. They're not reaching their next level because they're just slowly drifting away. Drifting feels harmless at first. There is no crisis. I'm not in pain. There is no urgency, just a gradual loosening. You stop doing the small things that built your momentum, and before you know it, your life, habits, and standards have shifted off course. That's the thing about drifting. It's not immediately. It's something that happens below the surface and behind the scenes. Drifting is dangerous because it moves quietly and steals your progress in silence. How many things are you been letting drift in your life? And so when we think about drifting, we see drifting in our life when we wake up with no plan. We don't have any target and we live by reaction instead of intention. When we're drifting, weeks go by and it seems like nothing changes, but slowly things are changing. Drifting turns our dreams into distant memories because the person never anchors themselves to daily decisions that move them forward deliberately. So how do I eliminate my drifting? I want you to set a daily direction check. What does that mean? A daily direction check. I want you to ask either once, twice, however many times a day that you need to ask, where am I going? What am I doing that proves where I'm going? And if nothing lines up between those two questions, I need to make some adjustments and I need to realign. Because when you eliminate drift, your life aligns with purpose instead of patterns. Give these 3 things a try and let me know how they work out. So again, there are 3 things that I've learned that keeps people, internal things that keep people from reaching their goals and their next level. 1 is doubt. Doubt destroys more dreams than difficulty. Number 2, distractions. A focused fool can accomplish more than a distracted genius. And number 3, drifting. Drifting is like living life with no sense of purpose. When you eliminate these 3 things, I guarantee you, you will be on the path of progression and you'll be heading towards your purpose. Tap the like and follow buttons for more content that's going to help you move forward faster. And as always, I'm Coach Cannon and I'm committed to progressing forward.